Today we're going to be answering a viewer-generated question. This viewer wanted to know if there was a way to better refine the AutoMask edges above and beyond the sliders that come built into the AutoMask. And the answer is maybe? I'm going to show you a hack for giving you more control over the edges of your AutoMask. This is not an official workflow. It is not a perfect workflow, but it may help you in a pinch. Let's just dive right in. So I've got a shot of this cute little dog. And I selected a dog because dogs are one of the objects that the AutoMask will detect. So what I'm going to do here is drop down on the enhancements menu and add this AutoMask. And then we're just going to select the dog and add our mask. And you can see a lot of visual noise here in the background. And so our options with the AutoMask are pretty limited. You can shrink or expand your edges. You can erode them like so, or you can blur it out, which is going to give you a very soft perimeter. So those are the only refinement controls that come with the AutoMask. Let me show you how to add a few more. We're actually going to open the effects browser, and I'm going to drop on the green screen keyer onto our clip. And we want to make sure in our inspector, in our stack, that the AutoMask is above the green screen keyer. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring the strength of the green screen keyer all the way down because we're not trying to key out any colors. All I want to do is borrow some of the controls from the green screen keyer and apply them to my AutoMask. So once we've dialed down the strength all the way, some of the sliders will do nothing because we really have no mix at all on our green screen keyer. The ones I like to reach for are the matte tools. So let me cue up my playhead to a place where we're getting a lot of visual noise in the background. Let's say right here. And if I reach for this bias color tag, this gray one, and I can twirl down on levels and show you even more. If I grab this and bring it all the way to the right, I'm really cleaning up those edges. You'll see a lot of these sliders are also the same ones that come with the AutoMask, like the shrink and expand and the erode. But another helpful one is soften. This is different from the blur that comes with the AutoMask. You can see it's a lot more subtle in softening out that perimeter. And then from here, you can still go up to the AutoMask and make a few more adjustments. So there's a before and here is an after. One thing you're going to want to be on the lookout for though is that you're not getting kind of a dark shadow around your cutout object. What I'm going to do is duplicate this shot in my timeline, grab the bottom clip and disable all the effects. And now we can check and see what's happening around the edge of our dog. And I am seeing on this side here a little bit of like that drop shadow look. So we can, let's say, play with the erosion a little bit to get rid of that. And then if I grab my bottom shot, let me enable the effects and get rid of the AutoMask and the green screen keyer. And then let's say applied some sort of color effect to our clip on the background. It looks pretty seamless. Now, I do want to point out, while this technique will also work with the magnetic mask, I actually got better results in this case using the magnetic mask than the AutoMask. Look at what a nice clean cutout this is. And I do feel like we're still seeing those like individual hairs on the dog's ears. So don't count out the magnetic mask if you're not getting results you wanted to see from the AutoMask, because the magnetic mask is still awesome. Let's not all forget about it. If you have any other questions you think would make a good video for this channel, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you. In the meantime, here's some other stuff I know you're going to love. Thanks for hanging out.